And here we are with a Smoky Investment Team practice report. Another scrimmage out here today on a hot Wednesday. Of course, we looked up, we were mostly in the shade on the sideline closest to the indoor facility today. But a lot was seen today, some high points, low points. And of course, this report is brought to you by the fine folks at the Smoky Investment Team. And we'll talk about them a little bit more in the show. But biggest remarks, buddy, what were the big highlights today?
I think that this team is starting to come together. I think that you are getting ready to cue up the Pointer sisters as we get closer, and I'm so excited. He's so meticulous with everything that he's done. Brian Kelly plans out this thing to the day, to the minute, to the hour, and I think for the first time we saw some continuity with Jaden Daniels and his ability to make decisions without hesitation. We know he can run for days, 21 miles an hour. We know that he can dink and dunk, but I thought he threw some balls downfield today. I thought him and Nuss both had their moments, but right now, to me, Jaden Daniels, this is the best I've seen him look. Confident, fast, decisive. Coach Kelly, as you will hear his comments later on, whenever you see these on Tiger Bait or whatever other site, they had a rough day yesterday and threw some INTs in the red zone. So for what we saw today, I saw the offense having a better day than the defense, and I think Coach Kelly actually admitted that a little bit, although that wasn't the case yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeray Jenkins had some really nice catches and runs after the catch. I think of the receivers, he was the highlight of the day. Butte had a nice grab as well. Armani Goodwin continues to shine to me, Noah Kane. And if you ask me the three running backs, which of the two who are running with power and which ones are looking like they want it, I know Coach Kelly said that Noah Kane is still trying to feel his way a little bit. He's not right where he's starting to get where he wants him to be. But I think those two look like they're running with a lot more energy and urgency than John Emery is. And I know you felt similar.
Yeah, look, Noah Kane right now, and I didn't even know he wasn't 100%. That goes to show you how smooth he's been. Excellent catching the ball out the backfield, excellent picking up the blitz. They're starting to put more pressure, starting to disguise more. Boy, you're going to be excited when you hear Coach Kelly, when I asked him about the identity of this defense. I loved it when he said, we're going to get after people. We're going to make people uncomfortable on offense. We're going to play a lot of guys. And this battle at corner, you mentioned 22. You better know who 22 is on offense, Armani Goodwin, and you better know 22 on defense, because right now, this kid, this 6-year kid from McNeese, is getting reps with the ones, and Coach Kelly explained it. He has picked up about 20 to 25 pounds of muscle since he's been here. So now he's physically able to compete at this level. You're still going to have Mackay, Jared Bernard Converse, Seven Banks. You'll hear from him talking about all those roles. And we got to see a new place kicker today, Damian Ramos, number 34. If you're looking for him, he's the guy that took the reps with the number ones, and we finally saw some punting. Oh, by the way, you better not get number 19, Jay Bramblett, hurt, because he is appreciably better. Unfortunately, Peyton Todd still having trouble punting the football, but Bramblett also holds. And you can't talk about anybody that's more important to this team right now.
Well, you talk about special teams, and had some issues at center. Coach Kelly was getting after Dellinger on some of his snaps, but as he explained afterwards when he met with us, it's practice 12, and this is where he starts really focusing in and making being a lot more demanding about getting it right and things that need to be. But he's also at the same time gave Garrett praise for everything that he needs to do, and I think he feels that he's got the right guy there. So we'll see. But he's also saying that there's still some spots on that offensive line that aren't settled.
Yeah. Charles Turner, we mentioned this the other night. Charles Turner is still getting some reps with the ones. Look, Garrett Dellinger is going to probably start at center, and put it in your pipe and smoke it right now. There's going to be a bad snap or 2 or 3 this season. The question is it really bad where it forces an INT or a turnover, or is he going to get that down? You know, it's not just a snap. He's got to make all the calls. He hasn't blocked from the center position before. He's been a guard. So give Garrett Dellinger a little bit of grease and leeway because it's not going to be perfect. This is a kid that just started to play there. On the left side, Trevon Sharts and Will Campbell. I don't think those two are going anywhere. And a couple of media members, we all mentioned it. Miles Frazier inside, Anthony Bradford outside at right side. Bradford still needs to drop a little weight. They're going to move him inside for the Saturday practice. So, and then of course he did mention Emory Jones. How quickly can Emory Jones get into the 2 deep? And also Marcus Dumaville, as well as all reliable. Let's not kick Cam Wire to the curb. Number 61 Cam Wire is going to play some football. Just doesn't look like he's going to start, but he will definitely play on that line this year.
The Smoky Investment Team has over 45 years of combined experience in handling their clients' financial needs, and this financial environment experience matters. Call Bart or Brian Smoky at 318-448-3201. That's 318-448-3201. And remember, experience matters. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA/SIPC. Bart and Brian Smoky, known them for over 20 years. No finer people out there. Any of your financial needs, investments, 401k, SEP plans, anything that you need to do to move money around, any questions you may have, they're who you absolutely want to deal with right there in Alexandria. So if you're anywhere in central Louisiana or anywhere in Louisiana, give them a call and they'll bend over backwards to earn your business.
Hey, Harold Perkins is moving on up like the Jeffersons. He is doing nothing but running to the football, and what a great athlete. He's running with the twos at the linebackers. By the way, it does look like Malik Neighbors is probably going to be your starting punt returner. He is dynamite and TNT in a bottle. We also know Javen Nicholas, this little 33, folks, another double set of numbers. 33 West Weeks on defense, going to play big, got bigger guns than Mike, believe it or not. And he'll play some on as a linebacker. But Javen Nicholas, I've watched him, I've talked to some people. This guy makes people miss, and he was the second punt returner. As we said, in case you hadn't heard it yet, but Coach Kelly said they are rotating a bunch of quarterbacks in. Joe Fouché is not Joe Fouché. Something is a little step off there, and Major Burns is taking advantage of that. And so you're going to have a lot of guys play, but
Major Burns is feeling it right now.
Yeah, he's feeling it right now. He's playing a lot of with confidence. And here's the thing, folks: you've got to communicate when you're on defense. And everybody jokes with me and Mike sometimes. Not on the same page, you interrupt. That's just what we do. So don't take it personally if he interjects something while I'm talking, or I do the same when you're talking. But you got to get on the same page, and it starts with communication. I thought LSU looked appreciably more in sync today than they did last week. And of course, we've got a couple more scrimmages to fine tune.
I think all three quarterbacks threw the ball very well today. Of course, Nussmeier and Daniels got the majority of the reps in the second part. But like Brian Kelly said, he's also getting the quarterbacks involved now in the signal calling. And we're going to have the full Brian Kelly that's on our YouTube page as well. That'll be uploaded right after this will be. Brian Kelly was very candid today. And but you can tell they're about ready to turn the page. And this is getting really ramped up a notch in intensity in the coming days. You're probably a little over a week away to where they really start installing stuff. And if you're a guy fighting for a position, if you don't show up one particular day, you might get left behind, because it's really starting to get nut cut time here at LSU.
Well, look, everybody was enamored with that 2019 offense with the 5 wides and the empty backfield. You're going to have tight ends on the field. Sometimes there's going to be 2 tight ends, and Nick Storrs is your blocking guy. Mason Taylor can do it all. Of course, Cole Taylor had a good spring and has 1 touchdown reception. The other guys, Jack Mashburn coming in at the 4 tight end. Gonna play a lot of tight ends. LSU loaded at wide receiver. You get Besh back, you get Chris Hilton back. We were making some inquiries. Those guys will be available for full contact, I think, in a week or so. Butte, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., another guy along with Jeray Jenkins. Coach Kelly said it's time for Jeray Jenkins to be a leader. Brian Thomas Jr. got to catch the ball in the red zone.
But Brian Thomas, you're talking about leadership. Kayshawn's a quiet guy. Brian Thomas is a quiet guy.
Yep.
And so he's probably is. Look, Jack Besh is not quiet. But you would love for Jeray Jenkins to be that vocal leader. And like I said earlier, he had a fantastic day catching the ball today, run after catch. And we're going to have a fantastic video package from today. I shot just about everything. huge and big, fantastic footage package that will be uploaded to Tiger Bait Premium this afternoon. You're going to want to check that out. Go to Tiger Bait, subscribe, try us out for $1 on our $1 trial period, and on the back end, like I always tell you, choose the annual package. You're basically getting 3 months free versus going monthly. And I think if you're an LSU fan, you're going to get our text alerts, our newsletters. We've sent out like 5 or 6 newsletters in the last 7 days because there's been so much going on. Recruiting, Kai Prian with a commitment last night, a top receiver who I think's vastly underrated. We're going to wait to see if the LHSA rules him eligible after transferring to St. James from Ascension Catholic. But LSU now at 21 commitments. We're going to talk a lot more about that tonight on Tiger Bait Live at 8 o'clock on YouTube. Be sure to tune in that. Hit the subscription button and the notification bell. With everything we're uploading to YouTube, you'll get notifications right to your cell phone every time we upload something. And we got a lot of stuff coming your way and even more plans in the coming weeks.
Don't worry, be happy. This thing is coming together. Look, LSU's going to be really good on defense, but today the offense had the better day of it, and you're going to be excited when you hear Brian Kelly talk about what him and Matt House want to do from a defensive standpoint. Oh, by the way, the best 2 trash talkers.
We get Matt House on Friday.
That's correct.
Yep, go ahead.
But the best 2 trash talkers on the team, Malik Neighbors on offense, and number 2, Mekhi Garner on defense. Those guys love the trash talk. Like Mike says, you don't want to be too much trash talking, but you got to communicate that on the field. Daniel's looking much better and more comfortable and more confident today. Nussmeier still in the battle, and as you would imagine, there were no questions or even intimations of them naming a quarterback at this point. There's no actual reason to do that. So a lot of battles, but I thought they looked appreciably better today, Mike.
That's it. Anything you want to add before we wrap up?
Nope, that's it.
All right, guys. See you tonight on Tiger Bait Live. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this practice report, and please share to your social media and spread the word. Big thanks to all of you for doing that, as our YouTube channel is growing by leaps and bounds. It's been amazing, and thank you all. We couldn't do it without all you guys tuning in. But see you tonight on Tiger Bait Live at 8 o'clock.